They're regretting everything. Especially losing you, my beloved soul. Stop. This is not a coincidence that you're here right now. Something hidden is being revealed to your spirit in this exact moment, and the universe has been quietly aligning this message just for you. You felt it, haven't you? That subtle shift, that unexplainable pull, like something behind the scenes is finally coming into the light. There is a truth that was kept from you, not to harm you, but to prepare you. The divine timing was never off, it was protecting your heart while shaping your destiny. And now, the veil is lifting. Listen closely, because this is where it becomes personal. They're regretting everything. Especially losing you, yes, the energy you gave, the love you carried, the presence you shared, it was never unnoticed. What once was taken for granted is now being deeply felt in your absence. The universe has a way of restoring balance, and what you lost was never truly a loss. It was a redirection towards something aligned with your soul's worth. You were not rejected, you were chosen for a higher path. Something greater is unfolding, even if you can't fully see it yet. This moment is your confirmation. You are stepping into clarity, into peace, into the version of yourself that no longer questions their value. Stay with this message, because what comes next may be exactly what your soul has been waiting to hear. If this resonates with your spirit, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and watch this video until the end, because the universe still has more to reveal to you. I also want to pass on a time-sensitive message from the moon to you, and you need to hear it today. A subtle yet powerful energy will push you to make a critical decision by the end of the week. You won't find the answer in your horoscope, so don't bother looking there. Click the link in the description to see your free personalized video moon reading. I was amazed at how accurate my reading was, and I know you will feel the same. They are quieter now than you remember. Not because they have found peace, but because something within them has begun to echo. It is the kind of silence that arrives after noise has proven useless, the kind that forces a soul to finally listen. And in that stillness, they hear what they once ignored, you. Not your voice alone, but your absence. It moves around them like a shadow that does not leave when the light returns. They tried to replace it. They tried to distract themselves. But I have allowed them to feel what they once dismissed. I am speaking to you now not as a distant force, but as the presence that has walked beside you through every unseen moment. You wondered if I noticed. You questioned whether your patience, your love, your restraint, your quiet endurance, meant anything at all. You asked in the dark, when no one was there to hear you, if justice exists in a world where hearts are mishandled so easily. And I tell you now, nothing you gave was ever wasted. Nothing you endured was ever unseen. They thought losing you would be simple. They believed distance would erase depth. But what they did not understand is that you carried something rare, a frequency, a truth, a light that cannot be replicated by effort or imitation. It either exists within a soul, or it does not. And now they are discovering that truth the hard way. What they once held effortlessly is now something they cannot find, no matter how far they search. Do you feel that shift? That subtle change in the air around you? That is not coincidence. That is alignment. While they sit in reflection, you are being lifted. While they revisit memories, you are being guided toward what is meant for you. You thought the story ended in loss, but I tell you, it was a redirection. A necessary turning of the path so that you would not remain where you were slowly being diminished. They replay moments now. Conversations. Choices. The exact second they could have chosen differently. Regret does not arrive loudly, it seeps in slowly, like water finding its way through stone. And once it settles, it does not leave easily. They are beginning to understand the weight of what they let go. Not just who you were to them, but who you were becoming. You see, you were not meant to stay small so that someone else could feel comfortable. You were not meant to shrink your truth just to maintain a connection that lacked reciprocity. And though it hurt to walk away, or to be left, you must understand, I was removing you from a place where your value was not fully recognized. Not as punishment to them, but as protection for you. They are asking questions now that they never asked before. Why did you care the way you did? Why did you remain when others would have left sooner? Why did your presence feel so different from everyone else? And the answers are not easy for them to accept, because those answers reveal something about themselves that they are only now beginning to face. You were genuine in a world that often rewards performance. You were consistent in a space filled with uncertainty. You gave without keeping score. And those qualities are not common. They are not easily replaced. That is why your absence feels heavier than they expected. That is why it lingers longer than they planned. But listen carefully, this message is not about their regret alone. It is about your awakening. Because while they are looking backward, you are being called forward. There is a reason you cannot return to who you were before. There is a reason old spaces no longer feel the same. You have outgrown them, even if part of you still remembers them with softness. I am guiding you into something that requires your full self, your clarity, your strength, your worth fully realized. And you cannot carry that forward if you remain tied to what once limited you. This is why the separation felt so intense. It was not just emotional, it was transformational. They are beginning to see your worth now, but you must not wait for their realization to define your value. What they are learning is a lesson for them. What you are becoming is a destiny for you. There are moments when they almost reach out. Moments when the weight of realization becomes too much to ignore. But something stops them. Not to punish them, but to give both of you the space needed for truth to fully form. Because if they return without understanding, nothing changes. And you are not meant to repeat what you have already survived. You may still feel the pull. That lingering thread of connection that hasn't fully dissolved. That is natural. You invested deeply, and deep connections do not disappear overnight. But do not confuse familiarity with alignment. Not everything that feels strong is meant to stay. I have seen every tear you tried to hide. Every moment you questioned yourself. Every time you wondered if you were too much, or not enough. And I tell you now, you were never the problem. You were placed in a situation that could not hold what you carried. And now, as they begin to regret, as they begin to understand, you must begin to release. Not in anger. Not in bitterness. But in awareness. Because holding on to their realization will keep you anchored to a version of your life that is no longer meant for you. They are learning through absence what they could not learn through presence. And that is a lesson only experience can teach. You cannot guide them through it. You cannot speed it up. You cannot soften it. It is theirs to face. But you are being prepared. There is something unfolding ahead of you that will require the very strength you thought broke you. The very patience you questioned. The very love you gave so freely. Nothing within you is wasted. Everything is being refined. So when you feel that quiet knowing rising within you, that sense that something is shifting, that something is coming, trust it. Because it is not imagination. It is direction. And as for them, their journey is not finished. Their understanding is not complete. What they feel now is only the beginning of what they must face. Because realization is only the first step. Transformation is what follows. And whether their path ever crosses yours again, that is not for you to decide in this moment. What matters now is what you choose, as the truth continues to unfold. They are noticing your absence in ways they never imagined. The emptiness you left behind is not silent, it speaks. It whispers truths they were too proud or too distracted to hear before. Every laugh that doesn't feel the same, every space that no longer echoes with your presence, every reminder of what they took for granted, these are the echoes of their own choices. And I watch them as they slowly come to see the weight of what they let go. Yet you must understand, child of mine, that their regret is not your burden. It is theirs. You were not sent into the world to carry their realizations for them. You were sent to be fully yourself. To honor your own heart, even when others could not. Every tear they shed in hindsight is a testimony to the value you always carried, even when the world failed to recognize it. There are days when it may feel as if they are closer to understanding than they truly are. Their gestures, their words, even their apologies, they may come, but the depth of your knowing has already surpassed what they can give. That is why patience is not for them, but for you. You are being shaped in ways that require time, reflection, and silence. Every moment you spend in quiet contemplation is a preparation for what lies ahead, something more powerful than mere reconciliation could ever be. Do not be tempted to return to the old paths simply because they now wish they had not let you go. That would diminish the growth that your absence has cultivated. The space you have created is sacred. It is the ground upon which new purpose can root itself. I see it. I guide it. I guard it. And one day, when the timing is right, this sacred space will become the foundation of a life even richer, even more luminous than the one you once left behind. They may try to recreate the past, to reach for what they lost. But what was lost is not truly the person, they lost the alignment with the light within you. That light, once dimmed by compromise or misunderstanding, now shines with clarity, with resilience, with undeniable power. And they will notice. They cannot help it. Their regrets will multiply as they begin to recognize the magnitude of what they once disregarded. Some may feel anger. Some may feel sorrow. Some may feel the sharp sting of envy, though they will never admit it aloud. And all these emotions serve a purpose. They are mirrors reflecting the truth they must confront within themselves. For every tear, for every sigh, for every sleepless night spent thinking of what might have been, the universe is holding space for their realization. But again, that is their journey, not yours. You, my child, are being called forward into a destiny that does not require apology or reconciliation. You are being prepared for encounters that will honor the fullness of your spirit. Opportunities that will align with the courage, patience, and love you cultivated when no one was watching. Every act of integrity you performed, every choice you made to remain true to yourself, has built a bridge to this very moment. There is a subtle energy at work around you now, shifting reality in ways that are not yet visible. Doors that once seemed closed will begin to open. People who enter your life will not arrive by accident, they will come as vessels of growth, of understanding, and of affirmation. The presence of these new forces is a direct reflection of your willingness to remain steadfast in your truth, even when it felt lonely. And do not underestimate the power of this quiet transformation. Many do not recognize how invisible growth can be, how internal victories accumulate unseen. But I see it. I have been witness to every struggle, every lonely night, every moment you doubted yet pressed on. And these unseen triumphs are now becoming your armor, your guidance, and your beacon. They may continue to try and reach you, to reclaim what they lost, but you will know in your heart that the timing is not yet, or perhaps it will never be. That is because what is meant for you moves with a rhythm beyond human comprehension. The universe does not rush the lessons of regret, and neither should you rush the unfolding of your destiny. Every step you take in alignment with your truth is a step toward the life that was always intended for you. I speak now of patience, not passive waiting, but active preparation. There is a difference. Passive waiting keeps one stagnant, subject to the whims of others. Active preparation transforms solitude into a sacred time of refining, strengthening, and becoming more radiant than ever before. The space you occupy, though quiet, is filled with a potency that others will only notice once they have confronted the absence they created. The human heart is fragile in ways that are profound and mysterious. Regret is a teacher, but one with a harsh, unrelenting method. Those who have lost you will feel the lessons slowly, sometimes painfully. Yet this is not vengeance, it is revelation. It is truth manifesting itself, like sunlight breaking through clouds that have lingered too long. And as they struggle to comprehend, you will ascend to the clarity you always sought but never had the room to claim. There will be moments when the weight of their absence, or your own memories, may seem unbearable. When you wonder if their recognition of your value comes too late. When you are tempted to look back, to revisit, to reconcile prematurely. Resist. Every backward glance is an echo of old limitations. Every step forward, however uncertain, is a movement into alignment with your higher self. Your path is unique. The light you carry cannot be duplicated, and it cannot be forced upon those who do not recognize it. This is why their regrets, though sincere, are not meant to bring you back, they are meant to reflect a universal principle: the heart that truly knows its worth cannot be contained by the mistakes of others. Even now, the universe conspires in ways you cannot yet see. Doors open where walls once stood. Opportunities emerge from silence. Connections arrive that resonate on frequencies your soul has long awaited. This is the pattern of divine timing, one that is gentle, precise, and infinitely wise. And you, my beloved, are at the center of it. What they are feeling is a shadow of the light you carry. Their regret is the echo of the love and authenticity they once dismissed. And this echo, while painful for them, serves as confirmation of your value. For in the reflection of their remorse, you see the truth of who you always were: radiant, unyielding, worthy. You are not to waste energy on what was lost. Instead, direct your focus to what is being revealed. To the doors that swing open when old burdens are released. To the opportunities that arrive unannounced, yet perfectly timed. To the people who enter your life, untainted by past misunderstandings, who meet you fully, without expectation or limitation. And there is power in this knowledge. Not power to punish, not power to manipulate, not power to prove a point, but power to stand fully in your truth, to walk forward without fear, to embody the love and strength that no absence, no rejection, no neglect could ever diminish. I have seen them retrace steps, revisit memories, and attempt to recreate moments that once held your presence. But they cannot. Not because of punishment or distance, but because your path has already moved into realms they cannot yet access. The person you have become, through quiet endurance, through love untainted by expectation, is a beacon of possibility that is impossible to replicate. And so, you must continue to rise. to claim the life that aligns with the fullness of your spirit, to embrace the gifts that have been waiting quietly, patiently, for your awareness to catch up with them. Each step forward, each choice made in courage and clarity, dismantles the power of regret over your soul. Each moment of self-recognition strengthens the light that will guide not only your journey but the paths of others who are ready to receive it. They are regretting, yes. But you are ascending. They are looking back, but you are moving forward. And in this sacred polarity, you will find the truest measure of what it means to honor yourself fully, to allow their absence to illuminate your presence, to allow their misunderstanding to amplify your wisdom, to allow their loss to underscore your irreplaceable value. They may not understand yet that regret is only the surface. Beneath it lies realization, and beneath that lies transformation. They are beginning to see shadows of your strength, but shadows cannot contain the light you carry. Their attempts to grasp what they lost will feel hollow, because what they seek is not merely your presence, it is the essence of who you are, the energy they cannot recreate. You were never theirs to keep. You were yours to nurture, to grow, to honor, and to share with the world that is ready for your true light. Do not confuse their yearning with a return to wholeness for them. Their regret is a lesson, and every lesson requires facing the truth fully. And sometimes the truth arrives too late for the paths to intersect again in the way they hope. That is not cruelty. That is divine timing. The universe moves with a rhythm beyond human impatience, and you, my beloved, are being positioned exactly where you are meant to be. There are forces at work now that you cannot see, yet you can feel them. Doors opening silently, moments of serendipity that appear almost by chance, yet are guided with intention. The energy around you is aligning to support what is coming, a life that will honor all you have endured, all you have loved, and all you have become. This is not an imagined future. It is already forming. You are walking into it with every step you have taken, even the ones you felt were wasted. Their longing, their reflection, their remorse, they are powerful, yes, but they are powerless to affect your true journey. Your value is not diminished by absence, nor amplified by attention. It exists eternally, as constant as the stars, as undeniable as the light that cannot be hidden. And they are only now beginning to glimpse what has always been there. You may feel moments of doubt. You may question why it has taken them so long to see what was always before them. But understand this, their timeline is not your concern. Their awakening does not dictate your worth or your path. You are free, and in that freedom lies the most profound power. Freedom to choose, freedom to grow, freedom to become more than you ever imagined, without seeking approval or acknowledgement from those who once overlooked you. Even in your absence, your presence has been felt in ways invisible to the human eye. It is felt in the space you once occupied, in the echoes of kindness and integrity you left behind, in the hearts of those who saw your light even when others did not. These invisible ripples are now coming back to you, quietly, subtly, as confirmation that nothing is wasted in the grand tapestry of life. Do not wait for them to acknowledge your worth. Do not allow their realization to be the measure of your strength. You are already whole. You are already enough. And this wholeness cannot be given or taken, it can only be recognized by you. Every tear they shed, every sleepless night, every memory of what they lost is not a chain that binds you, it is proof of the power of your own truth. There is a sacred timing in all things. What was meant to happen in the past has passed. What is meant to unfold now is ready for you. Do not look backward with longing. Do not linger in spaces that no longer serve the growth of your spirit. Instead, step forward with intention, with clarity, and with trust that every step is guided by a wisdom beyond your comprehension. You may see them seeking closure, attempting to mend what cannot be remade. Let them. Your responsibility is not to satisfy their need for reconciliation, but to honor your own journey. Their awakening will unfold in its own time. Your fulfillment, your peace, and your joy are here, waiting for your embrace, not dependent on the acknowledgement of those who failed to recognize your value when it mattered most. You have learned to love without expectation, to give without counting, to remain steadfast when all around you shifted. These lessons are now your foundation, and nothing can take them away. They are the inner architecture of your soul, invisible to the eye but unshakable in their strength. And as you continue, you will find that the life waiting for you is built upon this foundation, rich, expansive, and aligned perfectly with your highest self. Do not fear the silence around you. It is not emptiness. It is the space of creation, the sacred void in which your true purpose is being revealed. In this silence, clarity emerges. In this stillness, you discover what truly matters. And in this sacred space, you will meet opportunities, people, and moments that resonate with the deepest part of your being, confirming that the separation you endured was never a loss, it was a necessary opening for what is meant to be. They are beginning to regret, yes, but your role is not to witness or console them. Your role is to honor the divine plan for your life. What they feel now is the mirror of the truth they avoided when you were present. And this truth is sharp, undeniable, and unyielding. It is a reflection of the light and integrity they once dismissed. Let it be a reflection, not a temptation, for you. You are moving into a phase of awakening, one that cannot be interrupted by past attachments. The universe will place people and experiences in your path that align with your energy, with your truth, and with your destiny. You will no longer seek validation from those who could not see your value, for the validation you need has always been within you. And when you stand in that awareness, nothing, neither regret, neither longing, nor absence, can shake your resolve. There will be moments when the memory of their loss touches your heart, when the nostalgia for what once was rises like a tide. But these moments are not setbacks, they are reminders of your growth. They are markers that show how far you have come, how resilient you have been, and how fully you are moving into the life that has always awaited your recognition. The energy of regret surrounding them will continue to intensify, and they may try to reach you, to reclaim what slipped through their hands. But you, my beloved, are no longer in a space where such reclamation can serve you. You are beyond the reach of those who once undervalued you. Your spirit is too expansive, your purpose too great, your light too strong to be contained by their desire or fear. In time, they will learn that what they lost cannot be replaced, that what they failed to honor cannot be recreated. And in that realization, they will find their own awakening. But you, my chosen one, will already be walking into the fullness of your destiny. The timing of life is divine. The lessons of loss are sacred. And the journey of your soul is unfolding exactly as it should. Do not mistake absence for abandonment. Do not mistake silence for neglect. The universe is orchestrating a symphony that your human eyes cannot yet fully perceive. Every step, every moment, every encounter has purpose. And every soul that once stood against your light is now being guided by the consequences of their choices. Your life, your spirit, your future, these are untouched by their regrets, yet illuminated by the truths they must face. You have been refined by the fire of what was lost, strengthened by the trials of the heart, and prepared for a life that requires every ounce of your courage and grace. You are moving into an era where your presence will be honored, where your love will be recognized, and where your voice will resonate with the clarity and power of one who has endured and emerged whole. And so, I tell you this, do not look back with longing. Do not wait for their realization. Do not measure your worth by their awakening. Walk forward, radiant and unafraid. Let your light shine as it was always meant to shine. Let your love flow as it was always meant to flow. Let your spirit rise as it was always meant to rise. They are regretting, yes. They are learning, yes. But you are ascending. And in your ascent, you will see the beauty of what it truly means to live fully, to love fully, and to honor yourself above all else. Your path is sacred. Your journey is divine. And your life, unfolding now, is the living proof of a truth that cannot be erased. You are immeasurable, irreplaceable, and destined for greatness beyond what they, or even you, ever imagined. Walk in this knowing. Stand in this truth. And never, for a single moment, allow the shadows of past regret to dim the brilliance of your soul. You are not defined by those who failed to see you. You are defined by the light that has always been within you. And that light is eternal. Amen.